Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rajine, aka Rajine the Queen. In this video, you'll see me at the Black Business Beautiful event, Saturday, May 8th. I was at the other one that I did back in April. They always have this event every first Saturday of the month. So I did 2 of these events. They were pretty successful, pretty good. One of the people who came to the April one actually bought 2 of the pieces in this video right here. They bought them most recently. But I was just going over my new setup, how everything looked. You couldn't hear me in the video after I reviewed the footage, so I'm just doing a voiceover for the whole thing because it was just pretty loud outside, so I wasn't talking loud enough. So here is just me setting up when we first arrive. When I do these events, I always like to make sure I'm the first one there because I have anxiety if I run late. It's just a thing about me. Like, I want to be over on time. So I was glad I was on time though, because I was the first one there. It was kind of windy outside and there was a cast coming up from the sun. So me and my sister realized that when we were putting up my prints on the grid, it was like a cast so you couldn't even see them. So we ended up moving to the left side where the shadow is, like the dark side of the event space, so you can better see my work. But here we, took everything out the car. We were setting everything up, as you can see, putting up the easels, getting everything out the car so I can figure out what we all had. Just, taking inventory of everything to make sure we didn't forget anything that morning. And after about 20 minutes of setting up, I'm not gonna even lie, it was probably like 30 minutes to make sure everything was, set up and solidified. Now you can see behind me, people started to arrive. I like to be the first one to set up just in case I want to run to get something I forgot or go get breakfast. So here I'm just going over my setup and how it looked. So the black grids I was talking about earlier is new to my event setup. So last year I started selling my artwork and doing these events. And since it was the height of the pandemic last year, we had all these events outside, and I was using cork boards, like those poster boards that you hold papers on, the last time with easels, and that was just a nightmare. If there's a strong gust of wind, a breeze, or someone walked by them too fast, they would just fly everywhere and just fall off. And at that point, I had my original drawings to show the prints I offered on the corkboard. So just imagine your original drawings are just on the ground, and it was just not professional looking. It was embarrassing when it would happen, especially if a long gust of wind came over, and then people walking by would help me set up. And then literally after I finished filming this little section right here, after I got done describing everything, a strong gust of wind came and just knocked everything over, like on the easel. So this got knocked over and the easels in the back. So what I ended up doing after that is like securing my easels on the red beam behind me. So I would say outside events are not ideal for artists, especially you have work, that can get damaged. That really sucked. But other than that, I was just going through everything. This is my print book, the grids. I got them actually from Amazon, and it was $50 for 2, and I'm really glad I got those, because it really elevated the way I present my work. It really did. So I'm really happy I invested in them. I bought more easels to be able to show more of my work. Because when I do these events, I'm usually the only artist at them, and a lot of people might have assumptions about artists. Some people might think art is not accessible, or so most people just buy art at their store. They really don't know any local artists. So I always try to make myself look the most professional and presentable, because this is like someone's only exposure to someone who's an artist, So I got these promotional posters right here, just showing myself in a creative way, my artist statements on them, and just really presenting myself well. It's very important to me, because at the end of the day, like, selling my artwork and my business is a brand to me, and I'm always striving to be bigger and better than I was before. So I only started doing this last year, And I really think that I've really come a long way since then. I remember my first event, I was so nervous. I'm just like, oh, is anyone gonna buy my artwork? And then people did, and people still do, and that's just really encouraging. I get a lot of support from the people in my community. So yeah, I love doing these events to be able to FaceTime with people and just connect.
Is it? Yes, that's definitely true. Look at that, in the back. Which one? The one in the middle, Her name's Lamaya. Okay.
And here, the rest of this vlog is going to be in real time of, the lulls of being at these events and selling anything really. I mean, here, like I said before, I'm usually the only artist. So there's a lot of Black businesses here that sell, their wares. It could be anything from clothes, candles, accessories, jewelry. So it's like an open market for anything that you would want from a Black business. But here it's very slow sometimes, especially on this day. It was a very slow day, I didn't make that much money. I really didn't. So it's just like, it's all about a grind, especially like it's very entrepreneurial. A lot of artists are very much like that. With any business you have, I have a full-time job that I have to support me. I don't make a living off my art, but I make a nice dividend, and it's not even about the money, but when you're, it's nice to be paid for something that you're passionate about. So here I was just standing because it was cold outside, so I want to keep warm, and talking to passersby, talking with people, connecting with people. So at these events, it's not really about the sales, it's about the connections you make that are extremely important. So actually a lot of the events I do are like sent to me, DM to me. People say, hey, I found you at this event, going back to one of the pieces that were bought. The woman actually was at the first event that I did. It was back in April, and I remember speaking with her, and just out of nowhere, I was working one day and I got a notification on my phone. It says, oh, someone bought these 2 pieces. I was like, oh wow. She sent me an email saying, yeah, I remember you, I really wanted these pieces, I'm so happy I got them, I thought they were going to be gone. And it was just really great. It was really amazing. So it's all about those small wins. So it's about those out of nowhere sales that you're just like, wow, like people are really out there checking for me, they're looking for me. I was nominated for a Black business ball. Someone nominated me for that, and I was like, wow, like that was out of nowhere. So you never know who is watching and who you're connecting with. So anyone who comes to my table at these events, I always talk with them. I always talk about my artwork. It honestly doesn't matter if they buy or not, because I'm always about the support, because anyone can just buy a print from me and like a couple months later it's like, oh yeah, I bought this print from this artist, and you never hear from them again. So I always like to build a network and a community with my art, especially if you're an artist. It's all about patience. It really is. So don't get defeated, don't get discouraged. It's all about a waiting game and just being patient. So I graduated college in May of 2020, and I literally started selling my art in June. So I've been doing this now for a whole year, and I've accomplished a lot. I really have, especially during a pandemic where it was economic crisis, it was a lot of turmoil, upheaval, uncertainty, and people still showed out and bought my work. So it really motivated me. It really did. I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna sell it then, I'm gonna sell it now. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna sell my art. Why not? A lot of the prints I made were back in college, and it's really surreal that now people buy my work, people hang up my work. And then going back to talking about patience, it's a lot of work doing these vendor events. So all the vendors who are out here, we all might have full-time jobs or any other responsibilities. So you have to get up early. I remember I got up for this event at 6:30 because it was a close city to me. It was in St. Paul, so I lived fairly close to St. Paul, Minnesota. So I took about 10 minutes to drive down there, set up and everything, but I made sure I got up early because I always like to make sure I look presentable. I always make sure that, you know, I like to wear makeup, so I wear makeup, so I have to get up a little bit earlier to do my face, you know, make sure I have on a attractive, cute outfit, because I feel like if I look my best, then I feel my best, and I'll be able to really talk about myself and my business, you know. So that's how I feel comfortable being able to connect with people and talk with people, because I'm introverted. I'm not shy. People always confuse introverts with being shy. We are not. Well, some introverts can be shy, but I know that I'm not a shy person, because people always say, oh wow, you don't talk that much but you're not shy. No, I'm not shy. I just know when to speak. So especially if I'm talking about my artwork, I'm very passionate about that. So here I'm just on the phone, you know, it's more downtime. Like I said, at these events, it's a lot of downtime, and I didn't want to edit this out either. It's like, it's very much that at these events, you know, connecting, talking, a lot of downtime, probably do some Instagram lives to promote the event and what you're doing. But yeah, so I know I'm just rambling right now, but like, I just want to keep it authentic, you know. I just want to just narrate what I'm doing and all of that. And I'm done talking for now, but I will say to anyone watching, patience is a virtue. Patience can be with anything in life, so you never know when that big win will come. So don't get defeated, don't lose hope. You know, you never know what God has in store for you. Like, you really don't. So that's why I'm just truly blessed with all the opportunities that have come my way, both artistically, personally, and financially in my life. So I'm never gonna stop doing these events. I really do enjoy them, and I really wish a lot more artists did them, you know? Like, if a lot more artists came out, then people would be more exposed to local art and just more accessible. Because I feel like people, especially at these events, people like art, but they don't really, I would say, appreciate it, most likely. Like, that's just my thought process, because a lot of things that people buy are always like tangibilities, like, oh, I want this shirt, oh, I want these earrings, or like something that someone can touch, hold, and wear. Whereas art is something that you appreciate. You hang it up, you know, and you just look at it and you just like, I really like this piece. So a lot of people are not exposed to that. So with me being there, I like to talk about it and just really get people more exposed and intersected with art. So I'm just gonna let you guys go with that note, and hopefully you'll be back for the next one. Stay tuned.